Hi, this is Mike and Jen with the Watchman News. We're having a 72-hour flash sale in order to help fund our power bill and our internet. Without that, of course, we can't continue operations. We're not asking for donations. We're asking to work for you. If you do want to give us a donation, you can go to paypal.me/The Watchman News. There'll be a link down in the description. Otherwise, as you guys know, we sell cups, we sell e-juice, we sell decals. We can do custom cups, we can do custom decals. The cups are $13.99, shipping included, and the juice is $9.99. Shipping's not included in that, but you only pay one time for shipping no matter how many bottles you buy. So we can do custom stuff. Here's a cup I designed. I know that the handle's broke. We do our practice on broken cups. That's a cup I designed with Leonardo, the super dog. And let's see here. We got this one I never did put on the site, but it's a cup that I had originally designed for the site. This is the one that you see featured on the home page right now. The We Ain't Done, Keep Sharing. They come in a custom triangle box for safe shipping. And the decals, however, these don't have the masking on it. The masking is right here. If I put the masking on it, you wouldn't be able to see the decal. However, before you would receive a decal, it would get the masking on it. Okay, so here's the deal. We cut our own decals. So we sublimate our own cups. So this is we do all this right here at home. And we'll be happy to do custom work. Just email me at orders@thewatchmannews.com, orders@thewatchmannews.com. I'll have that email down in the description. What you see in front of you is our giveaway prizes, but we got to be able to make sure we have our power, our internet, and be able to pay for the shipping to ship these out. But here's the first place right here, here's the second place right here, and the decal is the third place right here. So let us know what we can do for you. Thank you.
It is September 30th, 2016. This is the Watchman News, and I'm Mike Callahan. If you hadn't seen it, you might want to check the report before this one, which talks about body cameras and how they're actually not being used for the reasons that they were told. Not only that is an issue, but now they're seemingly wanting to remove public access to it so that they can't be held accountable, which was the very first, or the reason that they had them in the first place. Anyway, this is coming out of North Carolina. North Carolina police will soon be able to block release of camera footage. North Carolina has been the scene of recent riots and protests as the public calls for accountability in the police shooting of Keith Lamont Scott after initially fighting the release of body camera footage. Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Chief Kerr Putney reluctantly allowed the public to see the shooting with their own eyes. Beginning October 1st, Chief Putney and other North Carolina law enforcement will now legally be able to deny the public access of body camera and dash cam footage. North Carolina Governor Pat McCrory signed a bill 2 months ago that would limit public access to police footage. The law has been supported by the North Carolina Sheriff's Association. Governor McCrory argued that the bill would respect the constitutional rights of the officer. What about ours? Currently, dash camera footage from the police vehicle and body camera footage are public record and available via public record request. However, beginning October 1st, the law will state that the release of police footage will now depend solely on law enforcement. If requests for footage are denied by law enforcement, an appeal could be made before a judge. Obviously, this does not bode well for police accountability activists who typically seek to make such footage public following altercations or shootings. North Carolina police are likely to deny any footage that would incriminate an officer or upset the public. The focus on police abuse and an increase in citizen recordings of police encounters have created a situation where law enforcement are often resistant to releasing their videos. The growth of body cameras has also caused a patchwork of rules and regulations related to the release of body cam footage. CNN reports that at least 19 states in the District of Columbia have passed laws on public access to body camera footage, according to Reporters Committee for Freedom of the Press and the National Conference of State Legislatures. The North Carolina law is only the latest example of the law enforcement working to limit transparency and accountability. This is why it's important to remember that the fight against police violence and abuse should not simply be about requiring police to wear cameras. The goal should not be reformism, but the complete eradication of systematic violence and the public acceptance of such violence. By creating and promoting alternatives to traditional policing, we can create something much more powerful and responsible to our communities. We have to go further than body cameras and remove ourselves from the system of taxation that allows the police, who are themselves the enforcement arm of the state, to continue to function and thrive despite continuing to abuse and violate the people they are sworn to protect. We can only remove ourselves from this matrix and build a better world that is not based on theft and violence. We can create a world where the police, as we know them today, are no longer necessary. And I would say, I wouldn't necessarily create something new. Just go back. Go back to being peace officers instead of law enforcement. If you go back to being peace officers, then all this, and it's taxation. It's taxation under another name. They're using victimless laws, and they're just creating as much money as they possibly can as quickly as they can. It's not right, folks. This isn't what our Constitution outlined for.